I had an experience the other day at intercessory prayer. I was on my knees praying, and the Lord dropped a song in my spirit by Susie Rock called Lose Myself. And she's basically talking about how she wants to just lose herself in God, till people no longer see her, but they see the image of God. And the chorus is, I just want to lose myself. So as I'm listening to the song, that kept ringing in my head. I just want to lose myself in you. And as I kind of finished up with my prayer, the Lord said, I want you to just sit on the altar because I want to talk to you. So I kind of went back to a situation that had happened to me a year ago where a person really hurt me, and I was just devastated. It kind of took me a few months to kind of gather myself and come back from that, because it was someone that meant a lot to me in terms of just the respect level and how I viewed them. And so I had to walk through the process of forgiveness. And once you forgive, you got to walk it out. You got to walk in that forgiveness. And so I was even processing with walking out the forgiveness. But as I sat on the altar, the Lord began to show me. He said, you forgiven and you're walking in forgiveness. He said, but you're guarded. And he said, your prayer has always been, Lord, I want you to be glorified in my life. And he began to show me just in a quick vision how I'm standing there, and I got my hand behind my back, and my hand is closed and it's really tight. And he began to tell me, it's like, what's behind your back? And I'm not saying anything. I'm just like squeezing my hand tighter. And he's like, okay, take your hand from behind your back. And it just reminded me of how, as parents, we may have a child that finds something in the house or finds something outside, and they deem it to be valuable, but they don't want us to know that they have it. And so they kind of walk around with their hand behind their back, and we, as parents, we know, like, hey, what's in your hand? What you got behind your back? Come here, let me see. And that's what it reminded me of, how me as his daughter, he sees what I may not want him to see or even think that is relevant. I'm just guarding or protecting myself. And he just began to show me, like, I need you to take your hand and open it. And so as I'm seeing this, I take my hand from behind my back and I open it, and he says, okay, so you're holding your heart in your hand and you're guarding it. And he said, how can I be glorified in this situation if you're going to be your protector? How can I be glorified in this situation if when they speak to you, sometimes you speak and then sometimes you don't? Or you'll go a different direction to avoid having to speak at all because you don't want your heart to be hurt again. And he just began to tell me the things that I want to do for you and to show you and to give you, you're going to need both your hands open to receive it. There is a blessing on the other side of what you've been through. And I can't be fully glorified if you don't let me have your heart, if you don't let me have that hurt place. Because now you're saying, I can do it and I'm okay with doing it. And he just began to show me, no, there is victory on the other side. You didn't go through that in vain. So you have to release what you're holding on to. Because the magnitude of what I'm going to do in your life from that situation, you're going to have both hands open and arms open to receive it. So my question is, are there things in your life that you're holding on to? Are there things in your life that may be still in your heart? Are there things in your life that have devastated you and you may not even know how to release it? But what I'm saying to you is there is a blessing on the other side of that release. So get in the presence of your Heavenly Father. Get in the presence of God and just talk to Him and say, Lord, this is what I'm hurt by. This is what I'm going through. These are the things that have devastated me. How do I release it to you? How do I let go so I can see your glory on the other side of this? And it's just some daily food for thought. Just something to think about and to pray about and allow God to be glorified in your life.